The things I do for love. Ooh. Mills here. I just wanted to document a few things about my Minecraft world. Nothing fancy, but it is the first world that I ever started. This is my spawn point. Get that draw distance here till we get inside. There's still a lot left to explore. I did what most people do and found a hidey hole here not far from spawn, and I haven't really done much work with it, especially in this end of it. It's kind of cobbled together, and as you can see, it's just a hole in the wall. I did experiment a little bit with that, underwater passageway thing, but didn't really develop it further. Alternate exit here so that I can kill bad guys camping my door. Then I tunneled through the mountain here just to see where I ended up. So again, this is all very crude and undeveloped over here. Little fountain experiment. This is just a view of a small valley. Might work my way out that way at some point. Over here is actually a skylight that goes up to the top of the mountain, and actually I'm going to be putting a water ladder right here in this wall. I have a water ladder that goes down to my mine that we'll see in 1 second, and this is just another angle view out here. But you can see this is all very crude and rather ugly, and hopefully I can whip it into some shape, but that's why I wanted to film this as kind of the before. I actually don't spend much time at this end of the camp anymore, but rather down here. Somewhere in this hallway, or maybe on the far side, I'm going to build a portal room that's large enough to allow the spawning of ghasts. Right now this is my only portal right here. I've only built 2 portals, that one and then one that I built in the nether. But this is a workstation, obviously, that's got a lot of traffic and a lot of use. My mine is down that way, and just headed up here. This is one of the first sort of water lifts that I ever did, but like I said, I'm going to probably replace them with water ladders because they're just so much better. That's Skybike's water ladder. This area, just until recently, was just a gravel shack adjacent to the farm here, and it just needed some improvement. So this was sort of like phase 1. I paved all this to discourage the spawning of farm animals. I have more wheat than I know what to do with right now, just tons and tons of wheat. But one of the things I want to do is these sheer walls here where I just could have cut into the mountain. I'd like to terraform them a little bit so that it looks a bit more attractive and it's not quite so claustrophobic. These trees here are all planted, and I'm trying to encourage the growing of really large trees. There's no trees stacked here. These are all, the large ones are just purely large, and really all that entails is I keep planting saplings, and if they turn out small I strike them, and if they're big they live. So it's kind of a little unnatural selection, I guess is what it is. Over this way is a construct that is still under development. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue the trees this way, or I was thinking about maybe a waterfall that runs down this artificial roof here. I built the whole thing from the ground up and covered it with dirt, so it's all man-made. But yeah, it's just kind of a big slope there, and it goes all the way to the ocean facing west. From here you can see over on this side, that's an above ground mob grinder, a trench that goes, it's about 100 blocks long. It goes all the way down to there, and it goes to the lava trap where they fall to their death. You can see these are like steps that are used to encourage the mobs to step over the edge. So I'll talk more about that maybe in another video, although there are of course countless videos with mob grinders, but they're still fun to make. I was going to extend that perpendicular, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore because my above ground mob grinder works a whole lot better than I'm sorry, my underground one works a whole lot better than this above ground one. So this is the inside of this little thing, whatever it is. Again, still a lot of work needs to be done. Again, I'm making it up as I go along, so I have no idea what's going to happen, but it's in very crude form. But heading over this way, we can go to the actually this is the top of the water ladder that goes all the way down to my mine shaft. But I actually just use a water drop instead to get down there in a hurry. If I time this properly, I can actually inch forward a little bit and just drop right. Oh, nope, didn't work that time, but normally I can just drop straight through down to the ground like that with the help of this this water drop here. These are cosmetic, just the water falling down, although you can jump into it midway. I carved steps all around the perimeter of my mine shaft as I went down, but of course going up and down that gets old real fast. So this here I am at bedrock level, doing the standard diamond mining procedure where you skip a certain number of blocks and then tunnel, and then skip a certain number of blocks and tunnel, etc., etc. I was doing them every 4 blocks, but I'm actually going to transition to every 3 blocks, starting right around here or so, and then I'm going to go up basically 12 layers from here. I started mining all this out, and then I got distracted by a giant lava pool and kind of got annoyed by it, but I'll have to deal with that at some point. Redstone, as you can see, I'm just sort of leaving where it is because I'm tired of mining tons and tons of redstone. This was just a little experiment, just for cosmetic purposes. Oh, there's the void. You can see the void to nowhere down there, but I placed the lava, and I don't know if I'm going to do much more of this, but I've not done any Minecraft or minecart work at all, and I might do some of that in here. The main thing here is that I do have an outlet here for my above ground mob grinder, which is that hole that goes all the way up there, and then my underground mob grinder, which is this one here. There we go. So we can see the little suckers coming to meet their maker. And then their goodies fall down, and they drift all the way down to that collection point. It's pretty cool. Nothing fancy about this one. It's just using the same design that you can see on many videos, but I may go into it a little bit more. Yeah, look at this. Just tons and tons of bad guys. Oh, they don't look so bad. But it's a lot of fun to make. It's a lot of work to make. I think it's about 70 by 70, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't measure it that exact, but it was a nice exercise to do, to go through, and it works. It works like crazy. It works really well. I've got a ton of goodies. If I play with my fog here, as long as it's daytime, you can see them in the distance. You see them falling down there. Some spiders, and there's a creeper, and this room can get very, very crowded. But anyway, I'll probably go into that a little bit more. Here, I got a little light switch. But yeah, that's about it for this tour. Just the last thing I'll show is that sky bike that I mentioned, or not, sky bike water ladder. I'm babbling. And that is right over here. Just a wonderful, quick way to get up. The ladders aren't used at all. It's just the water that makes you go up this quickly. It is really cool. And I'm actually going to install, as I mentioned, a couple more of these, and I'll probably film that so you can see that. And that's it. That's where things stand right at this moment. Thanks for watching.